Hello, and thank you for joining me for today's Spirit Share. This is Beth Coughlin, and it is my hope that this channel acts as a lighthouse, sharing Spirit's light of healing, restoring the truth of who we are as Spirit. Hello, thank you for joining me today on Spirit Share, where we're going to talk about today OBEs. Today's session is really near and dear to my heart. I love talking about the out of body experience. That's what an OBE is. So, what exactly is an OBE? An OBE is it's a controlled near death experience, although sometimes it can be spontaneous. And what was fantastic about learning about an OBE is that it gave context to a couple of spontaneous OBEs I've had in my life. So it helped me to understand what was going on. And I learned about the OBE experience and how to really have a controlled one through Darius J. Wright. So if you want to learn about that in a really specific way, you can learn more by visiting his website. But the experience I want to talk about today actually happened when I was 7 years old. A little bit of the backstory. It was 1979. It was June, and it was the week before the last week of school. And I know this because at the end of the school year, they would give us menus. They would pass out these menus. And this time, when they passed out the menu on Friday, it said surprise for the last week of school for lunch. And my friend who was sitting next to me in class, his name was Scotty, got all excited and he said, "Ooh, maybe it'll be pancakes or candy." And I was like, "Oh yeah, no." Scotty was a great friend of mine. He and I loved playing out at recess and making people laugh. That was what we liked to do. And so for him to say that maybe it would be pancakes or candy was exactly the kind of thing my fun friend would say. So we put our chairs up on our desk. We went out to our respected buses, and that was the last time that I saw my friend because the following day he would chase a ball out into the street and would be struck and unfortunately killed. And in that, he went home to spirit. As a little kid, I did not understand what happened to my friend. The teacher tried her best to explain to the kids and my friends what happened. But of course, we were all pretty traumatized. And I'm not sure when it was, but it must have been sometime that year. I had a dream. And during that dream, I saw my friend Scotty. And I said, I said, "Where are you?" And he said, "I turned back into love." And then all of a sudden I saw like all this candy and like the Valentine hearts, when you were a kid. And I didn't understand what he meant. So I started screaming and I woke up. And one of the things I want to share with you about an OBE, and you're like, "Well, how's that an OBE?" Well, let me explain it to you. When you have an OBE, especially one that's spontaneous, you don't know you're out of your body. And many of us have had these experiences as nobody has explained it to us because when you're out of your body, picture it like this. Your hand, you are your soul. You are the hand, okay? You put your hand in a glove. Now, that's you and your body. Now you take your hand out of the glove. You don't say, "Oh, look, I feel different. I'm out of the glove," right? Your hand is the hand in the glove. It's the hands out of the glove. That's your soul. So many times, if we could have consciousness in our dreams, we'd be in our spirit eyes, our soul's eyes, and we would know what we're doing as spirit. And so many times there's people who have had visitations and they've felt somebody give them a hug who's passed away, and they're like, "Wow, it felt so real." Yeah, because you are experiencing yourself as a spirit. We are eternal beings. We are currently in an incarnation. An incarnation is a birth to a death. That's what our bodies go from birth to death. But as spirit, as who we truly are, we are eternal, living the one life. So, what that means is for me, when I was experiencing that dream, I was actually experiencing myself as spirit, truly experiencing my friend in the spirit world. And this is a great reminder of who we truly are as spirit. And the ironic or the interesting part of what Scotty said to me on that last day of school was saying, maybe it'll be a surprise. We turn back into candy. Maybe it'll be candy. And indeed, that's exactly what happened. We turned back in, he turned back into love. And is my hope that this brings some kind of peace to know that when we do go back home, we are in a place that is full of love and unconditional love. And the most important thing to know when we're here is to look at any time that we are suffering, we are holding back love. If you really look at it, and most importantly, to ourselves and to other people. So anytime we're getting into competition with ourselves and we're thinking, oh, I'm not enough as I am, I need to be something else, which is basically fear, we are denying ourselves our birthright of love, of who we truly are. And so in that moment, if you can give yourself some kindness and some love and some compassion, then you will be reminding yourself of your core essence of who you truly are, which is spirit. And the next time that you're in a situation where you have a really tactile, visual, visceral dream that you could reach out and touch, don't invalidate yourself. Recognize that you are seeing yourself outside the glove as spirit, as who you truly are. I hope this helps in some way, and this share helps you in your journey of understanding the truth of who you are as spirit. Thank you. Thank you for listening to today's Spirit Share. For more information about my work, please visit my website, elizabethcoughlin.com, and like and subscribe to the channel so that we can stay in touch. Thank you.